What's up everyone, Daddy Robux here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Descent into Avernus. So far, the party has been in Avernus. They have a infernal machine that they had acquired from Mad Maggie, and then after defeating Raga Draga, and then they have been looking for the location of the Bleeding Citadel, where Zariel's sword is believed to have been stored. And we are seeking Zariel's sword because with it we will be able to save the citizens of El Toro. And in our last session, we ventured to Haruman's Hill, where Lulu, with her fractured memory, believed that we might be able to find the Bleeding Citadel. It was not. But upon arriving at Haruman's Hill, Lulu had a revelation. And after some very sticky encounters with some giant Avernesian wasps, now we finally get to meet with Lulu, and we have a decision to make. Because Lulu, having regained some of her memory, she says that she believes she knows where the Citadel could be. The problem with that sentence is believes, could be. It's nothing very certain. Her memory is still very much in shambles. But there is a pretty good clue. Lulu informs the party that she in her memories and what she can recall, there are two very important sites, and since these sites are fresh enough in her memory that she has recalled them from her last time in Avernus when she hid the sword, that investigating either could be a good avenue to finding the Bleeding Citadel. And what she recalls is there is a place where demons are born and a place where demons will die. She has no real details other than that. And if asked, she tells you it's just a lingering idea. So, where then would the party like to investigate?
A place where demons are born. Wait, so in the same area, demons are born and die? In the same place?
No, of course not. There are two different locations.
Oh.
One where they're born, or one where they die. We, as a party, have to decide which avenue to investigate.
Hey, do you guys want to ask Gargoth which way he thinks we should go?
But I think we should go for where the babies are. They sound like they'd be easier to kill.
Baby demons.
Yeah, I mean, older demons probably have more power, don't you think?
Yeah, that's a good point.
If this is the place they go to die, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing a demon die.
It could be frail.
That's true. But we could kill baby demons, and that might be fun.
But what if their mothers are around?
Really?
If they're born on this plane, do they still go back to the abyss when they die?
Yes. Well, are you asking above the table or in character?
In character.
So Lulu will respond, well, demons can't die. No matter what realm they die on, they always are reformed in the abyss.
No, is that just the devil thing then? Cool.
Yeah, it's only devils that can be permanently killed in their home plane. But demons are essentially immortal.
Okay.
Well, dealing with demons or devils of any kind, my magics don't work very well on those.
What do you mean? You're doing great, buddy.
How about we just flip the coin?
Yeah, let's flip
Sure.
the soul coin.
What's the soul above out of character? Does the soul coin have different sides?
It does. On one side, typically the way that they've been described and depicted is on one side is the symbol of Avernus, and on the opposite is the well, the pictures on the cover shows a symbol of Baal, but that actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why would the symbol of Baal be on a soul coin? I don't think anybody thought that through. They were just like, yeah, skulls look badass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's good enough. Nobody will question it. But yeah, let's flip a coin. Why not?
And if it's the Avernus side, we go to where they die, and if it's the skull side, we go to where they're born, and then he'll flip it. Or roll a d4 or something? Or
D4, D2, odds or evens, doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it does. Roll a dice of some sort, but which correlates to which?
Oh yeah.
Now that
two-
you've rolled it,
Well, I'll re-roll it,
Yeah.
but Avernus can be odds, skull can be evens.
Avernus.
Wait,
Okay.
no, wait, well, yeah, but like, yeah, but which one
demons
is,
die? Yeah, which
yeah.
is demons dying, which is demons
yeah,
come.
Avernus is demons die, skull is demons born.
okay.
It
Okay,
sounds
so-
like dilly-dallying.
Right. So odd is demons die, and even is demons born?
Sure.
Sure, let's do it. Odd is demons die.
Okay. So asking Lulu about where demons go to die. She kind of looks far away. Oh. The demon zapper. The purest of souls lure fiends into a hellish trap. I remember. And we can now see Lulu, with her memory somewhat restored, gives us a heading. From where we currently stand on Harwoman's Hill, we're going to travel southwest to the Demon Zapper. As we travel, okay, we head in the distance. We're roaring through on our demon grinder, but we see something unusual on the road up ahead. It looks like a half dozen large infernal machines. Some of them the same size, if not larger than your demon grinder, but they're not moving. They're parked in like a horseshoe, and on top of all of these infernal machines are a number of very colorful tents, canopies that have been strung across from machine to machine, making almost some sort of an oasis.
Zondonk, look, free parts.
Parts.
Wait, don't we have a lot of parts in the trunk already?
But do we have enough?
Wait, what are you pointing at? That?
Yeah, and Arcanist is pointing to the tinted death machines that are out there.
When did things down here get so colorful?
Typically, they shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, ain't it?
Suspicious and weird, yeah.
Reminds me of home, actually.
Well, should we approach it and maybe see if there's something worth doing?
Well, it's on the way. I don't see why not.
Hmm.
I can see why not, but sure. I've got no problem stopping.
So, you guys are going to stop at the circle of war machines, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So, just remember, as we are moving through on our own infernal war machine, these things are loud, right? They're big. They throw up plumes of dirt, and they roar as their engine is fired. So there is no stealthy way to do it. As you approach, it makes a lot of noise, and everybody in this makeshift camp knows that you are there. And as you bring your demon grinder up to a halt, you can see one figure entering out of the mouth of this circle, and he approaches you, both arms outstretched, and he is a very simple looking man, middle-aged human with brown and brownish goatee with streaks of gray. He wears very many brightly colored clothing, a blue shawl and multicolored drapes over his pants, and you can see that he's heavily adorned with gold and other jewelry. And as you approach, he extends his arms in a gesture of welcome. Says, "Hello, my new very best good friends. Welcome to the Wandering Emporium. I am Mahadi, and I am at your service."
Guys, what's an emporium?
This where you buy things.
Yeah, it's like a shop.
Oh,
Aha, that is where you are mistaken, my friend. The
Okay, I'm
Wandering
mistaken.
Emporium is not just a shop. We have a great many services and splendors to sell you, if you feel so inclined.
Do you take gold?
Some of the members inside the Emporium might have use for the currency of the material realm, but here we deal in soul coins. Or other trade, if you are so willing.
What is the other thing you are speaking of?
Well then, if we are to speak of other trades that I am endowed to complete, maybe we should discuss what role the Wandering Emporium fulfills. You see, I am but a humble servant of Asmodeus, and I am exalted above all others within the hells. You see, inside the domain right behind me, wherever the Emporium travels is no longer inside the hells. It is a extraplanar space. It is a place of comfort and respite for those who have traveled these forsaken places. And as such, it is consecrated. While inside the Wandering Emporium, there is no violence, no spellcasting, no exceptions. And to violate these rules comes at a very steep price. Which brings me to the concept of other trade. As I work for my lord and master Asmodeus, there are two things I am empowered to do. One is that upon entering the gates to the Wandering Emporium, you are agreeing to a contract between my master and yourself. And that contract is that while inside the Emporium, you are not to break any of the rules that I have outlined. And if you do, your soul is forfeit, and you will become my servant inside the Emporium. So please, no violence, no spellcasting. And the second thing I am thus empowered to do is, if you have the tender to which I had just described, you can willingly trade it to me and my master, and I can gift you with a great many things.
You guys wouldn't happen to have a nice shield in there somewhere, would you?
He smiles. Why, my young friend? The Emporium has everything you desire.
Hey guys, you wanna go in here?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
How many soul coins do we have, Zondong?
I was really tempted to say how many I have, but we have 7.
Oh,
But don't forget we need it to fuel our vehicle.
yeah.
I wonder if we can trade what gold we have for soul coins. Do you think there's like a exchange system out here?
No.
Well, technically, if you, I wonder if, like, Gargoth counts as a soul.
Sure, they'd be happy to take him.
Hey, yeah, that's an idea.
Does anybody else want to? I mean, I don't know. I could just, we could go in and see, what's there, just for the heck of it.
Oh,
You're
yes,
already
of
here.
course. Come in. Let me give you the tour. All are welcome to stay as long as they like, pending they are not loitering, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow this guy. You guys coming?
Sure.
Well then, let me show you just a sampling of the wares the Infernal Rapture has to offer, as he points to the first of the Infernal War Machines. This is my personal venue, one that I own specifically. Every patron to the Infernal Rapture is my personal guest, and you will receive only the utmost treatment. Yes, of course. However, before we were to enter the Infernal Rapture, I am required to have you sign an Infernal Contract. It's a very simple arrangement, stipulating that you must pay for everything consumed or all services that are rendered before you were to leave.
The signing the contract.
Can anyone?
constitute services rendered? Will we immediately go into debt the moment we sign the contract?
Of course not. What do
Who,
I look like to you?
Well, that we're in a hell, and demons do tend to make
Excuse me.
deals that are.
There are no demons
Anyone.
inside the Infernal Rapture.
Well,
Devils, almost certainly. But do not conflate us with those abominations.
Anyway, devils seem to make contracts that are one-sided, and so by asking that question, I'm trying to get to.
Well, then let me be one to educate you on the legal requirements of the hells. Yes, it is true, we try to stack the deck in our favor, of course. But we are not permitted to try and obfuscate or hinder another party's legal requirements. Every deal made by a devil in the hells, any deal made under the guidance of Asmodeus, has to be on the up and up. Otherwise, the deal is void, and our purpose is null.
I understood some of those words. Can anybody read Abyssal?
This one can, and he points to Arcanus. Can't you, my boy?
No, I can read Infernal.
Ah. Oh, no. Well, why would you need to read Abyssal? I am confused.
Wait, isn't that what the contract's written in?
How dare you? Once again, do not conflate me with those abominations.
I'm sorry. I don't know the difference.
Oh. Well, again, let me educate you in the ways of our Lord. You see, and he waves his hands in the air, and you see swirling plumes of colored smoke. Over here, and he holds up a big swirling ball of blackness, is the abyss. It is a lightless void. It is chaotic, and it is from here that demons will spawn. And you see the smoke shifts and forms several shapes, horrifying things. A dog-like creature the size of a gorilla, but it's got greenish skin that sags and hangs on its body, and it's got a putrid, almost pig-like face. Another one that it looks like just a multi-armed abomination, a sack of withered flesh that resembles something that was once humanoid crawling on the ground. A large insect-like monstrosity with the head of a mosquito and the body almost akin to a centaur, except made of an insect. These are demons. They come from the abyss. They are agents of chaos. They care for nothing except destruction and for their own insatiable hungers. Whereas here, and he holds up another hand, and then this time it's a swirling ball of red, is Avernus, first of the 9 hills. And in the hills, we have devils. And he shows you devils like cambions, red-skinned, wings, tails, bearded devils that you've already encountered. And you see that most of the creatures he's showing you are humanoid, except with multiple different hues of skin. But he gives you several images in quick succession of incubi and cambions, like I had said, and the bearded devil, where it's the typical devil form: wings, tail, hoofs, forked tongue. And he's like, these are the residents of the hells, and they are creatures of law. And the creatures of the hells and the creatures of the abyss have been in conflict for aeons, since before time was ever recorded. And it is through this that you guys have now found yourselves embroiled. You see, we as creatures of law, we seek to make deals, yes, to acquire things on behalf of our Lord, yes, but we are obligated to follow through on the deals that we make.
That's you know what? After seeing that, I really think I like Infernal a lot better than Abyssal. And also, I'm really, really glad that you cleared that up. For a second there, I thought you were about to teach me how to spell, and I was just going to tell you to stop, but...
I can do this too. And the smoke coalesces into like a blackboard.
No, really, it's all good.
Are you certain?
Yeah, no, don't worry about it, man. It's all okay. I'll learn later. I'll get I don't know. I'll hire someone to teach me.
For this Infernal Contract that you do speak of, is everyone required to sign that, or is one per party?
Oh no. Each individual that enters the Infernal Rapture. But there is no pressure. We don't have to go inside, even though it is my life's work, and I would love to show you all the splendors that I have inside. Maybe instead I can give you a menu. And he waves his hand and he like turns it upright, and as he does, a paper just kind of materializes floating in the air.
Wait, are we like getting a bite to eat? Is that what's going on?
We can. We can indeed. You see, dining services are just one of the little pleasures that the Infernal Rapture has to offer. Our menu changes daily, providing a sampling of some of the best concoctions from all the realms. A full meal costs only a single soul coin, and I have everything regardless of your personal preferences, decadent or reserved.
Well, can I eat free if I do the cooking?
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, I had to try. I got this really cool spice bag. You sure?
Ah, that is very interesting. He says, clearly disinterested.
Well, I don't know, guys. If you guys sign it, I'll sign it. That's what I'm going with.
Well, wait. I haven't even told you what else we have to offer. Also, in addition to our fine dining, we have private rooms where you can lounge and rest and recover in peace. And if simply being left to your own devices is not enough, we also offer a variety of spa services. Amenities often include body, foot, and hand treatments, massage therapy, skincare, general grooming, bathing. I'm sure all of you would like the opportunity to clean yourselves of the dirt and grime of Avernus.
Question. Do you have a way for us to identify where you are at any given time? So if we need to come back here, we can.
He smiles at you. As long as you are within the Wandering Emporium, I am but a call away.
Oh, no. I'm speaking of once we leave and we need to find our way back here with our vehicle. We've happened upon you by chance here. Now, if we decide to depart and realize we need something, how can we find you again?
Well, the Wandering Emporium is not home only in Avernus. I travel a great many planes, and not always within the 9 hills. I suppose if you know the spell Contact Other Plane, you might be able to reach me. But other than that, there is no guarantee. So take advantage of these services while you can, before they're gone.
I just want a new shield.
Come on, then we're going together. And Zondok's gonna walk forward to sign when to get in.
Zondok is so excited to get rid of this shield.
If it's armaments and equipments that you would like, maybe we should move on to the next building. This is the Firesnake Forge, home to 3 salamanders who are indebted to me after a bargain. They are very talented, and before coming to work for the Wandering Emporium, I heard that they serviced an Archduke of Avernus themselves. Here.
If Zondok signs the paper, then Zorian will as well.
What paper? You never went inside the Infernal Rapture.
I'm just following him. Just noted.
Yeah, you only need to sign a contract. Okay. There's lots of talks of contracts, right?
Yeah.
One, you've already agreed to. You entered the Wandering Emporium.
Okay.
So if you cast a spell or start a fight, then it's bad times. Mm-hmm. The second contract nobody has accepted was to enter the Infernal Rapture. And then there is the third contract that Mahadi had offered you for tender of sufficient value. But that doesn't matter. Approaching the Fire Snake Forge, you can see that this war machine is not nearly as well put together as Mahadi's. It seems to be cobbled together from half a dozen other war machines, and you can see that there are 3 salamanders who are kind of running about on the ground near the ship. And as they run around, you can see probably a dozen magmans that are just kind of leaping from place to place, banging on the war machine, tending to a forge, or striking an anvil with a hammer. Mahadi gestures towards them. The Fire Snake Forge is home to some of the most exquisite and wonderful gear that has ever been made. If you look to arm yourselves appropriately for battle, the Fire Snake Forge is the only place to be.
These guys, they know what they're doing?
Of course, I would not allow them to work for me if it was not the case. Also, I do believe that Rash and Skids, they deal in your mortal coin.
Oh, okay. You hear that, Zondonk? They take gold.
Yeah, I heard.
It's a shame
Although,
we don't have any.
Yeah, all of my gold got stolen a long time ago.
Maybe they'll take a trade instead then.
Yeah, maybe they will. I mean, I suppose they could have more fun with this guy than I will. I'm gonna go in to talk to whoever's in charge here.
So, as you approach, one of the salamanders slithers up to you. And it is quite a large creature. As it slithers up and kind of stands on its serpentine like tail, it towers above you. And
It towers above me?
yes, it does. It's probably 10 feet tall. And there's probably another 10 feet of coiled tail.
Oh God.
They're huge. Literally. So as it stands here in front of you, it looks and it puts its hand on its chest. I am Slag. What business do you have with the Fire Snake?
I'll put my fist over my chest and be like, I am Zorian. I wish to trade.
What does this one have to offer?
I will show him the shield of the Hidden Lord.
He looks at it, and then he runs his finger along the edge. This is interesting.
Yep. And annoying.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Can you make me a charisma save, please?
What was that?
Can you make me a charisma save?
Yes. Just have to click on my guy. Charisma save.
Oh.
Oh!
All right. So,
Oh!
you feel just confused, disoriented for a moment. And as you blink and shake it off, you find that the sensation is familiar. And you realize that Gargoth tried to take control of you again.
Not this time.
He speaks angrily. How dare you try to abandon me? After all I've done to help you.
Oh, come on. You made me set myself on fire like twice. 3 times.
I've also made you resistant to fire. You weren't injured in any way.
I'll give you that. That is a fair point, but still, you lead me to bad decisions.
This one is worse. You will need my strength in what comes next. I know it.
Am I the only one that can hear him?
No, not right now. Gargoth decides if he wants to talk to you telepathically, if he wants to address the group. As he is angry, he's just kind of yelling so everyone can hear him.
Okay, so everybody knows what's going on then.
He is.
Can we just get rid of him already?
We're going to, one way or another.
I did wonder why you had a seemingly evil shield, but no,
I mean, it's a good shield.
I mean,
That was about it. I didn't know
not
anything was wrong
morally.
with it when I picked it up, and then I found out that he was in it, but I also became resistant to fire, and it's a really good shield. But yeah, I think I'm done with this guy, to be honest. Yeah, I want to trade you this. Scales.
This is most unusual.
Yep.
And what is it that you seek in return?
Well, I would like a shield that is just as good at deflecting things, but it doesn't have to be resistant to fire if you don't want it to be. You know what I mean? Like something, like, I know you got to make a profit or whatever down here, but
I have this. And he holds up a lump of ore. And this ore is nothing like you've seen before. It looks like iron in color, but it's pitted and pockmarked in a way that you've never seen. And as he holds it up, you see that inside these bores in the metal, inside the porous parts, there almost seems to be a reddish glow from deep inside the ore.
well, that's really cool looking, but I really need a shield.
This infernal iron, we make this, shape it, change it into whatever you seek. I make this into shield for that. And he points to the shield of the Hidden Lord.
Zarian will turn to his comrades and say, has anybody ever seen this stuff before?
You have.
Right.
It's what the war machines are made out of.
Oh, okay. Sure, yeah. If you make me a shield out of that, I'll give you this.
He nods. It will take 1 day to make shield.
Oh. Alright, well, I guess I will wait then. Do you need a down payment or something?
He waves his hand. No, that good shield for this shield.
Okay. If I can take the shield off, since there is no combat here, then I would like to put it in the bag of holding.
I don't think the shield would fit through the mouth of the bag of holding.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Dang it. I just don't want to be holding it anymore.
Just leave it here. I'm sure you've already made the trade, basically.
Yeah, so technically it would be his shield, but I don't know.
Well, you would
Can
have
we get
to.
this
It doesn't
in
matter.
written form?
Even if you're not wearing it, you're still attuned to it until you finish a rest. Which, I mean, that couldn't matter. I didn't look that up just now to see what would happen. For no reason, of course.
I'll just keep it then until the shield is ready. All right, well, my business is done for now. Anybody else got something?
They got any good weapons?
Yes, of course. The Salamanders will make any weapon you desire.
You gotta. And she pulls out the great axe. Something like this, but in magic.
We can use this, and they hold up the same chunk of infernal ore.
How much are we talking here?
What do you mean?
Like, how much would it cost to put that on that?
His shield.
What? No, like put the fancy hellish metal on my axe.
No, this not enough for both.
Oh, now you can have the shield.
Maybe how many soul coins, perhaps? Or...
I got nothing. You know, I didn't really plan out this adventure down to the Nine Hells. Don't really got a whole lot on me. I just grabbed a couple of weapons, grabbed some armor, and said, let's do it.
Mahadi stands behind the group and gives a curt little Shall we continue?
Well, didn't he say he took normal currency?
Yes.
So, how much would it take to get him a magical great axe? Was it? What were you? Was that it?
The Salamanders waves his hands and shakes his head.
All right, fair enough. You're the boss.
Well, quick question. Do you silver any weapons?
Silver.
That's an expected response from someone who works in hell.
Well, I'm done here then.
Yeah, okay, let's take a tour. Onwards. Don't remember your name, but only human I've seen here so far. Besides the ones in the city, I think.
He holds up his right hand and he places it on his chest. He says, I am Mahadi. Remember my name.
Mahadi.
Can you guys make me a perception check or tell me what your passive score is?
13.
14.
I'm not in there. I didn't sign the contract.
Hey, look, that's my
what contract? You're not in the Infernal Rapture.
Okay, well then I guess I'm walking along. Passive is 19.
Okay. As you look at him, as he puts his hand on his chest, you notice something peculiar. If you put your right hand on your chest right now and look at it, the thumb is pointed up towards your chin. His is reversed. The thumb on his hand is on the opposite side, pointing downwards towards his stomach.
That's an interesting trick you've got there with your thumb.
It looks like somebody took his other arm and sewed it on in the wrong spot.
He holds up his hands in a kind of, what would you do? And you can see that it's both of his hands. It's almost like his hands are backwards.
Somebody did rip off his arms and sew them back on backwards.
Interesting development. You are very human looking. However, many things are not as they seem here. Is that right, Mahadi?
He smiles. And even though the smile is very kind, you can see there is a menacing look in his eyes. Why? Whatever do you mean?
Well, most humanoids don't have their thumbs on the wrong sides of their hands. At least material plane humanoids. How it is here in Avernus, maybe it is different. But as with most things on this plane, things are not necessarily as they seem. Would you not agree?
Whatever do you mean? I never claimed to be a human. If anything, I have been nothing but truthful with you. I serve Asmodeus. And I wear this face because I thought it would please you. I didn't want to alarm you with my true form.
I
We don't need to worry about disturbing this lot. Look at the company we're in.
I mean,
only.
Look at her legs.
Yes, I'm a giant-sized person.
Yeah, I am. I guess even. Hey, I guess you're almost as tall as me now.
So, if you feel like you need to drop whatever it is you're doing, because you don't need to do it for the sake of us.
I feel like you just had a bad surgeon.
Much rather you be yourself as opposed to what you think we need to see.
Very well. And you can see his face begins to elongate. And as he does, his body begins to grow. He whereas originally he was maybe 5.5 feet, 6 feet. He begins to grow to a much more imposing and massive height. He's easily 9.5 feet tall, and he's built like a mountain. His clothes do not change. They are still the same colorful garb that they were before. But his face and hands begin to sprout a brightly colored orange fur, which then is contrasted by black stripes across his forehead and white fur around his chin. And you realize that Mahadi is a Rakshasa.
Man, if it wasn't against the rules for violence, me and you should wrestle.
He laughs, and not the heartwarming chuckle that he had been giving you so far. It is a deep belly laugh, as if the idea of you and him in combat is absolutely ridiculous. No, I don't think we should.
That's fair. You are bigger than me. You do have an advantage.
Well, now we all are comfortable with ourselves, it seems. Shall you continue the tour?
I mean, do you remember that bug thing that we saw that just got stitched together with a bunch of different pieces and had that really weird tongue?
Yes.
Oh wait, were you? I don't even remember who all was here for that. I know Zondonk remembers it.
What's this?
You remember that lady's bug thing? The big bug thing she kept right next to her, and all the little gremlin guys laughed at him because he had that thing stuck in his foot?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was only like 3 sessions ago.
The thing out of his foot, and all the little devil things were upset.
Yeah, honestly, I don't feel like it's going to get any weirder than that.
It was odd.
Yes, Mickey was nice.
And this is a much more interesting look you've got here.
Yeah, this guy looks ripped. I want to know what kind of stuff he ate to get like that.
All the other devils.
Probably.
That would be incorrect. I actually don't eat flesh. I sustain my body on the souls of my enemies. And he smiles that wicked smile again. But now, with his human face having been stowed away, you can see something else in the expression. Hunger.
Well, it's a good thing we are not enemies, yeah?
Yeah, but I still think he wants our souls.
Passing through, seeing if there's any wares here at your wonderful emporium.
Ah, of course. I nearly forgot. He begins to lead you again to the next infernal war machine. He stops and he looks to his left, and if you hadn't seen it, you would have thought that it didn't exist a moment ago. But there is a no infernal machine, just a tent that has been erected between two. There is a woman standing in front of a chair, and you can see a small desk with several scissors and mirrors, and you can see like a boar's brush and soap and a razor. She's very clearly a barber. She stands with her hands folded over her stomach, and she beams a very wide and welcoming smile. As Mahadi looks in her direction, he seems like he's about to say something, but then abruptly stops and continues walking. And over here, pointing to the next infernal machine, this is where Fret Allah works. He has a variety of imps that we use as couriers from here to all the other realms.
Didn't feel like you needed a haircut back there.
I'm sorry?
You walked right by the woman there.
Woman? What woman?
The one in the tent.
Everybody just points simultaneously.
Yes, right.
And
there.
as you point, you see that there is no woman, there's no tent, and he looks at you confused.
That was weird.
Interesting.
Hold up a moment. And something wants to like walk back the way they came, and then
As you walk closer, and you get to the empty space, you can see the woman in the tent, and she gives you a little wave.
Do you see it?
Yeah, you gotta be closer. It looks. Come here.
Wait, I'll backpedal. Hold on.
Yeah, as you walk closer, you can all see the tent with the woman.
Okay.
And she kind of points to the chair in front of her, welcoming you to come in and sit.
Wait, so this...
Screw it. I'm getting a haircut.
Yeah, I have a beard. Maybe she can braid it.
Honestly, yeah, haircut.
Hello. Hi, all. Welcome. My name is Bernie. I'm Bernie the Barber. It is such a very good pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a catchy name.
I know. It's what I market myself with.
So why didn't the proprietor of this emporium, I learned that word, by the way, a long time ago. Why didn't he, say anything about you?
That is because my master has enchanted my little stop here.
Who's you?
When he moves away from my barber shop, he forgets everything that he had seen. Don't worry, you will too.
Oh. That's weird. Why?
Oh, there's no harm in telling you, as you are sure to forget. But my master is the one and only Bahamut. May he always be exalted in the Platinum Temple.
Oh.
And she raises her hands to the air.
Arcanist is going to speak up to this. Bahamut?
Yes.
Is it true?
Of course. I cannot lie.
It's like both my mother and father worship the dragons.
Well then, to you I will give a special gift. My true name. I am actually Balari Stoll. And whereas this form allows me to stay inside the charms that my lord has set into place, my true self is much larger. And she smiles at you, and you see that the irises of her eyes, what you had originally thought was gray, is quite clearly silver.
Arcanus, what's going on here?
Are you a dragon in human form?
I am indeed, yes.
That's really cool.
Yes, you see, my master has sent me here, and we are investigating the activities of Tiamat. She resides on this level, and it is my charge to monitor her. Hey, thanks for the sub, man. I had to wait for...
I would surely love to help.
Oh, well then sit with me. Let me tend to your wounds, as a barber does. Let me cut to your hair, make you more presentable for your travels, and share with me your stories, your observations. This is all I require. No payment is necessary.
Arcanus sits down for his haircut.
Okay. And go ahead.
So, and he begins to express his livelihood of both his parents that he remembers vaguely before they were both taken, and how his mother worshipped a silver dragon.
Hiya, Raven.
But his father was part of the cult of dragons underneath the leadership of a red dragon at one time.
Ah, yes. It was actually because of that mess at the Well of Dragons many years ago that I was stationed here. We had heard of an individual. He calls himself Arkan the Cruel. And it is said that he is assembling objects of power. I cannot confirm or deny which objects he may be in possession of, but every day I arrive at the Wandering Emporium, I speak with its patrons, I hear their stories, and then I go back to the Platinum Dragon Temple and report it to my master.
So you're simply only ever here to just hear the stories. You don't actually get to search out on your own?
I have no need. This is the mission that has been given to me. This is my purpose.
That's very lawful of you.
And she just smiles.
And I would still surely like to help down here as best I can to assist you, if I could. Is there anything I can do to assist in this and to explore around here?
Well, if that's something you'd really like to do, although I am not authorized to offer any kind of reward or compensation.
Reward and compensation would not be needed. My family has always devoted our lives to the dragons.
She turns her attention to the rest of the party. Would that be true? I have the impression that that may not be the case for everyone.
Well, being a worshiper of Torn myself, I can appreciate your mission. You said you are not authorized to give anything presently, but you go back every day from what you just mentioned. Can you speak with your masters to see if there's something you can do for us at a later date?
I'm afraid I don't think you understand the workings of my lord and his mind. Bahamut is the incarnation of being magnanimous. We help those less fortunate because it is the right thing to do, not because there is a reward or promise of compensation. To even propose this to my master would be abhorrent.
Oh, really? I was just wondering what kind of cut Zondonk wanted, whether he was going to get like that, like little tuft of hair back there, like braided or just trimmed up a little bit or what. But, you know, if you want to, Arcanus, if you want to, like, you know, go help some dragons, I mean, whatever. It's not like we got any, you know, we still got to go find this thing.
Yeah, wait a minute. Let's go on a side quest. There's only all the people of El Turil suffering and slowly sinking into the river abyss. They're not important. We totally have time for a side.
Yeah. Didn't we have a whole city to save or something? I'm pretty sure the dragon guy would understand, right?
We survive saving it, he will do the dragons next.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's probably clues along our way that could definitely assist the dragons and Bahamut and prevent Tiamat from rising again.
You know, we'll keep a journal and you can mail her some letters. How do you get the post around here?
I do believe that at present, Mahadi still believes he is giving you the tour of the Wandering Emporium. And presently he is talking about the efficacy and the far-reaching service that is provided by Fedhala's imp couriers. He'll continue to speak in this way until you leave my shop and rejoin him. He doesn't know that you're not with him at present.
That's pretty funny. That makes me laugh.
That's pretty good.
Hold on one moment. You said we'll forget everything we've heard and seen and all that when we've been in here, right?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yes, of course. Unless I decide otherwise, any creature that steps away will forget everything. Although,
You could, like, not do that for us.
if you are proposing to assist me in my mission, to be eyes and ears among the Avernesian soil, then I will allow you to remember my presence, in so much that you agree to keep my presence a secret from Mahadi. My lord is able to keep me hidden from his presence, but Mahadi has a powerful benefactor as well, and he could easily dispel the wards and dispel me from this place. So, my presence must remain a secret.
I can definitely do that.
I've got no stake in this whole good, evil business. I just want the deals broken that my family stupidly signed up for. That's all I want.
Her face goes grim. Oh no.
Just be safe. You know what? You can probably just go ahead and make sure I forget, just in case. Because, you know, I don't want to, like, slip up somewhere and say something stupid. And just so you know, if like, you know, Arcanus here brings it up again later, I'll probably just go with it anyway. So you can make me forget. It's all good. But, you know, as long as you braid my beard first.
Sure, of course.
I 100% won't tell anyone. And then I'm 100% lying, so...
Zondog, come on now, man.
Well, you are more than welcome to try and deceive her, if you'd like.
Alright.
I don't even need to make a roll. She has a +10 to wisdom. So you're definitely getting mind wiped.
I love how you put it, though. I definitely won't say.
When you've got something juicy like that could possibly save your life in the future, you gotta spill the beans.
Yeah. Oh boy. How about you, Helen? What do you think?
About being mind wiped by a dragon who wants us to help them.
Well, just for this moment.
Well, I mean, they don't want to compensate us for trying to bring Eltrell back to the material plane, which seems odd even for a lawful good creature such as as the god. So, I mean, I have no reason to exclaim to anyone about the existence here. But if you feel like you need to mind wipe me to keep your secrets, well, then I guess that's what you have to do. I personally will not say anything to anyone.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Awesome, even better. Even worse.
Oh, yes. I see your true intentions. And she claps her hands in a gesture of prayer and nods in your direction. You're totally getting mind wiped.
So Arcanus is going to be the only one that remembers.
I'm going to remember. I just, don't really care about this whole thing. I'll keep the secret, sure.
Indifference is not a safety net, I don't think.
Well, look at it this way. I've no reason to help the devils. They're the ones I'm mainly trying to,
That is true. That is a fair point.
Well, so she's going to go through and let everybody rest in her chair, cut their hair, braid their beard, do all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
If you are a good aligned creature, she even offers healing, even though I don't think anybody is injured.
That is absolutely no one in this party anymore.
No one is good any longer. We are totally.
We are no longer need healing or good alliance, so we'll pass.
Godric needs to set his token. I just looked over and seen his portrait. Anyway, so after that, do you have any other business to conduct with Bernie?
How much were the services?
Huh? I didn't hear what you said.
How much were the services from Bernie?
She doesn't charge you.
Well,
Also, I don't know how it changed, and I don't know how to change it back.
Your speak as under the chat.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, I think we are done here then. Even though I would like to stay and talk to the dragon some more.
Okay. So walking outside, Mahadi's still talking about Fethala's imp couriers. And as you guys approach, he's like, "Oh, but I've rambled enough. Please, let us continue."
Imp couriers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
And as you guys continue walking away, everybody except for Arcanus, even Gem.
no.
Yes. You just have a brief moment of fugue where you try to remember what you were just doing. And then you just shrug it off with, well, I must have zoned out with Mahadi's boring speech about couriers.
Man, when did I learn how to braid this good? This is great.
Right. Moving on. He points to another infernal war machine. This one closed off. Inside, this is where Ilok lives. And Ilok is an interesting addition to the Wandering Emporium. Ilok collects and sells demon ichor. So if you have any, Ilok would be quite interested in removing that from your person.
Wait, didn't we have like a bunch of that?
I don't know.
Like, I thought we put a bunch of it in the trunk or something.
I don't remember.
No idea.
Well, I guess if no one's got it written down.
Yeah, we really fell behind on the notes.
I wasn't here, so I'm in the clear.
Oh
No,
no!
The only demon ichor that we saw was on a boat, which nobody wanted to touch because after it was touched,
Everybody
howling
got
through legs and crap.
yeah. Everybody got goofified. All right. And lastly, in this final establishment, this is where Zeneth lives. My favorite addition to the Wandering Emporium. You see, I love telling this story. It's the highlight of the tour. Zeneth was a hobgoblin warlord, and he made a bargain with me that in exchange for prestige and power, I would help him destroy entire kingdoms on the material plane. His conquests eventually caught the eye of his god, the goblin lord Maglubiet, and they offered Zeneth commands on the battlefields of Gehenna itself. But before Zeneth could be whisked away to a eternity of fighting in the name of his god, it was time for his debt to come due. So now he sells larvas. Look at them. They're beautiful. And as he gestures towards the pen outside of the the Infernal War Machine, you can see there is just a pen, a little 3-foot high wooden fence. There are a number of creatures. These are probably 3.5 feet long, right? They are 1.5 to 2 feet in diameter, and they look like giant maggots. Except their face. Everything looks like a maggot, but their faces are humanoids. And you can see these human faces. Their eyes are wall-eyed, they're expressionless, and they just they wiggle around, eating the detritus and the filth that is thrown into their pen. Every now and then a larva will look up and say, "Mom?"
That is the creepiest but funniest story I have ever heard. He went from being a warlord to selling these creepy things.
Yes.
And sorry, I'm gonna be buckling over, just dying.
Hey. What do? They do nothing. We harvest the larva. Some of the patrons of the Wandering Emporium like to eat them. They find the insides a explosion of moist deliciousness. Others use them for purposes in infernal rituals. Others keep them as pets, relishing in their suffering.
I kind of just want to talk to this guy just to see how miserable he is.
Yes.
But I'll hold off.
No, you may do as you please. I am going to retire to the Infernal Rapture. You guys, again, are welcome to continue exploring the Wandering Emporium. Just mind the rules.
Well, I have to wait a day for that shield. What do you guys want to do?
I suppose we could try and fix our war machine.
That's a good point.
I might go and start work on that now.
Do you need a hand?
No,
I don't.
be right.
Nothing here really interests me at this point.
As Mahadi begins to walk away. Oh!
Puts on a good show, but
I forgot. We were talking about other legal tender.
Right.
Right. So, tell
Here
me.
comes the fine print.
Tell me. What is it you desire most in the world?
What do I desire most in the world?
Way too much time for
Well, a week ago, if you asked me that question, I probably would have wanted something dumb like El Terrell being sent back up to the material plane. That's very short-sighted of me. Now I just want to maybe rule over El Terrell. That sounds fun. I think I could rule over El Terrell. Be a good steward of the city for the time being. I mean, who doesn't need a little bit of power to sink into before moving on to bigger and better things?
That is quite a lofty aspiration. You know, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be powerful and prestigious. So what would you require to become a ruler over El Toro? If you could name anything, what would you have?
We're just talking on a hypothetical scale at this point, right? No agreements or contracts going into place.
Oh, trust me, if we were making a contract, you would sign.
Yeah, just don't sign.
What would make me the ruler of El Terrell? Or really any place? I would need some sort of noble standard, I believe, is what the plebes are wanting at this point. Some sort of noble to save them and run their lives. I believe that nobility would be a step in the right direction. But being able to show a sheer force of will and power is also important. Being able to destroy those who wish to usurp my power. Those two things seem like the most important aspects of a ruler.
And what if I told you that through the power of Asmodeus, I can grant you both of those things?
In what form?
Well, I can grant you a pedigree stating your noble birth. And not just some simple forgery, no. Once created, it would become law. And it would be so that your family was one of the most important and influential families of El Toro, long lost to the ages. And the second, a symbol of your noble birth, a relic handed down from generation to generation, a stave of such power that you would be ruler above all. None would dare challenge you. I could do this.
A stave of power. Well, I don't know too many of those weapons or those items that I'm familiar with using. I mostly deal with instruments, as it were.
So what would you prefer instead? What if I gifted you an instrument of magical design, one that amplified your power and taught you to weave new magics as well?
That would be something. And what would the cost be?
Well, for a boon so magnificent, my lord would only accept one thing as tender. Your soul.
Zorian's gonna walk over to Arcanus and elbow him in the side and snicker and say, Helen's gonna become a maggot merchant!
And while And while my soul would be under the rule of Asmodeus, what would become of it if I might be able to inquire further? Would I be
Nothing.
would I become one of these coins that are so prevalently used, or would I have some other greater purpose?
You see, when lesser beings make infernal contracts upon the collection of the soul, those beings are shaped into soul coins and used in various ways. Or sometimes they are cast into the river Styx and turned into lemurs. But no, sir, I am no lesser being. Asmodeus has exalted me above all others, and a deal with me is the same as a deal with him. And Asmodeus values one thing: strength. He wants his souls, his tender, to be only of the finest quality. And so, your soul wouldn't even be collected upon the time of your death. Not until such a time where my lord thought that it was valuable enough to collect. At which point he will reshape your being and you will become a pit fiend. One of my lord's most precious units, fighting the front lines of the blood war. In a way, you would be doing some good to the cosmos. As truly such a powerful soul, such a powerful creation, would spare the lives of so many, would it not?
Helen takes her chin in her hands.
Be honest.
This will be something to think of. I'm assuming this deal is open. Do I need to acknowledge yes or no immediately, or may I think on this? We will be here for a day.
You have a day. Upon tomorrow, the Wandering Emporium will be traveling to its next destination. Who knows if and when we may see each other again.
Very well.
Zarian's going to be standing here and sweating a little bit, kind of understanding what he just said, and also who's in his shield.
Gargoth? What about him?
Gargoth has told us already once that he is a greater, what was it? What did he say? Like, great, not pit fiend, but like the next step up from that. Like,
no, I think Gargoth is a pit fiend.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, I'm still sweating. I'm like, oh god, oh, they're valuable. Oh, lovely.
Outside of game, what would I get? I'm curious.
That's not knowledge you would be privy to, sir.
Fair enough.
So while Helen is now contemplating quietly, Mahadi turns his upside-down hands to the rest of the group. This offer is extended to all of you, of course. What would you require to give your soul over to me and my lord?
No offense, man, but I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm a pretty simple guy.
What if I could free you of your burden?
No, I'm still okay. You can just move on to somebody else. I'm good.
No, surely that can't be the case. What do you fight for?
Really, I just want to kind of... I was just doing it to see what happened next.
He kind of stares at you blankly, and then he realizes how much of an idiot that he's been talking to. And he turns his attention elsewhere.
Oh boy.
Nobody? You can have anything.
I'm already spoken for, and Jem points to the horns.
Ah. Well, that is interesting. You are marked. That is true. But did you make a pact with one of my with my lord or one of his servants?
I believe I was promised to Zariel in return for my parents getting a lot of power or something.
Ah. Then I am afraid that you already are spoken for. My lord will have you soon enough.
Yay.
Yay.
So I wish to assist the dragons however I can.
Assist the dragons. And to what end would you need to assist them? To assist them do what?
That is a good question. It depends upon their needs at the time that they're asking.
You sound confused, my friend. Maybe what you need is guidance. I can give you information, knowledge on the hidden workings of the cosmos, insight into some of the more powerful divine beings. And maybe this insight will allow you to better understand what it is that you seek.
This does sound promising.
Yes.
And it would simply cost my soul, which would eventually become a pit fiend.
That is correct. He's looking at you, just staring intently in your eyes, looking for any sign that you might be weakening.
I think I might have to come back to this deal at a later date and time.
He holds his hands up again. It's fine, truly. You may consider it. Just be wary, for I may be gone tomorrow.
I can't wait until what comes next.
Well, I truly hope that you're not gone tomorrow, because as Zarian here needs his shield tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope the lizard guys will I hope we can still make that trade. That's a really important thing.
Ah, of course, of course.
Ooh, do Zundunk. He's greedy. Do him next.
Wow.
So he just kind of looks at Zonduk. Do I have to ask?
I'm curious to what you think I need.
What do you need? I can't say I know for certain. I know that your alignment is only to yourself. That above everything else, you would just want to survive this ordeal so you can collect your riches and retire with what you've accumulated.
Yeah, all he ever talks about is money.
Maybe.
makes the world go round.
I mean, I'm not gonna fault you for that one, but I mean, still.
Maybe the goblin would like a vault full of jewels. And he holds up his hand, and again, colorful smoke makes images hover in the air above you, and you see, literally, a vault full of gold and gems. It's like Scrooge McDuck. Like, it's just a vast room full of treasures.
Does it refill after I spend it all?
I don't think you could spend this much coin in a lifetime.
You haven't met me before. It's like throw out the like my plane's like currency thing or something. I don't know.
I only heard about half of what you said because of the bird.
Throw out my world's like my plane's currency because of how much money I'd be spending or something. I don't know.
He's worried about invalidating the currency with how much money he wants to spend.
Well, then it makes him having money pointless.
What if you had so much money that money was never again an issue? Anything you desire, you could afford it. Any amount of influence can be bought. It's a small price to pay for service to my lord.
Yeah, but then that means I'd be working for him, and I don't know.
Well, it would be only after you die. Your life is still yours. Hey,
You
Roger,
can just buy a way to live forever.
I don't think they'd let me do that if I made this deal.
Well, there is a problem with that assumption, isn't there? If your soul belongs to my master, then magics that would prolong your life, that would return you from death, are sure to fail.
You know, I would like to be able to live long enough to use the money I'm getting out of this deal, and I just don't feel like I would.
Well, what if we gifted you with longevity? Wealth beyond imagination, and pending you're not murdered or killed in some grisly and violent way, a exceptionally long life.
You know, I think I can do one easier for you.
Oh,
Do you have any bombs?
I'm sorry, what is a bomb?
It goes boom. It's like a fireball.
Fireball. This is a word I know. I could give you something to produce a fireball. Several of them, in fact. Several of them per day. His eyes grow wider with each word. This would suit you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but doesn't. From what I've seen of our wizard or sorcerer, sorry, fire doesn't really go well down here.
You are a fickle bunch.
Arcaness will, agree to that. It's like, yes, fire does not work well down here at all.
Rest on it. Speak amongst your group. Make a
I've done my
decision and see
thinking,
me
Mr.
tomorrow.
Mohadi, and I've decided to accept your offer.
Zarian will just look at him with his mouth wide open.
Are you ready, child?
As ready as I'll ever be. As I just mentioned, I accept your deal.
Excellent. Well then. And he snaps his fingers, and a scroll appears in the air. It's first coiled up, but as it appears, there's a putrid smell, like brimstone and rotten flesh. The scroll begins to unfold in front of you, and you can see that it's etched in blood on what looks like tanned human skin. It's written in Infernal, and he says, "Would you like to read it first?"
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Well, hi, Yampy. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'll just start reading it.
Thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you very much.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, wait. You can read that?
Yes.
What? Why didn't you say so earlier?
I've been reading Infernal this entire time I've been with you.
Have
I'm not
you?
really sure why you can't seem to remember that, but
Maybe because we're probably like fighting for our lives that very same day at some point or another. You know, trauma does a lot of things to people.
I go back to reading the scroll.
It's pretty straightforward. It details a lot of the information that Mahadi has already presented. That in exchange for the stated desires, and for you, it's a pedigree of noble birth, including the alteration of time and history to make such a pedigree as a factual statement, and an instrument of wondrous power to give you the authority of such a noble house. In exchange for these two things, you promise to Asmodeus your soul, upon which your soul is claimed, and in the event of your death, you are unable to return, as you no longer have a soul able to be resurrected. Reading through, there's no other real stipulations, and at the bottom there is an X and a dotted line.
I turn to Mahadi. Most of this looks wonderful, of course. I was wondering if I might be able to add a small stipulation.
Hey,
another
Total
thing I
Dad,
would
thank you for the
like
sub
to
and
have
welcome to the
in
family.
conjunction with these two items. I would like to be the most charismatic person on the material plane.
He snatches it back. The terms had already been agreed to. You cannot alter the deal further.
Oh, I thought we were still in the bargaining stage since I had yet to sign.
You said that you had agreed to my deal. The negotiations are over.
I was unaware that was part of it. Very well. I will take the contract as it stands. Is that agreeable to you still? Or do you wish just to hold on to that contract?
He unfurls it once more, and he instructs you, hold out your hand. Now, child. The pleasant demeanor that he used to exhibit is entirely gone.
One moment, please, and I activate my wings so that I'm full on ASMR form. Go ahead.
When you hold out your hand, he takes one of his clawed hands and he rakes it across your palm. Blood begins to drip everywhere, and then he points at the paper. Sign your name.
Yeah, I just sign my name across it, and then I use healing hands to heal my wound. That was interesting touch. Very well. We are good to go. The contract is signed, yes?
He takes it, And then as he does, the scroll, you see it begin to like duplicate. There are two now in front of you, identical in every way, including the signature signed in blood. He grabs one of them, and it rolls itself up before he pulls it out of the air, and it disappears. The second one begins to change shape, twisting down into a small piece of parchment. He wraps this new parchment with a red thread, and he hands it to you. This is your copy of the deal.
Okay.
I think Zarian will turn to Zondonk and be like, "I've heard you use this word before, but is this irony?"
Yeah, I think so. It's funny too. The man out of all of us to sign anything is the priest.
Well, I was thinking the whole Azamar thing, like, because she said, like, apparently an angel and a human had to, do the thing.
I am no priest.
Anymore.
I am a singer. And those Tom people had done nothing to help the situation.
It's gonna be real funny if you survive to the end of the campaign and then you realize, oh crap, I sold my soul. No. Because like
for a good amount of time, I think that's gonna have to.
Well, no, remember the pervasive evil. Once you leave Avernus, it goes away.
Awesome.
So you become good again, and you're like, "What have I done?"
Oh no! All right. Anyway, so after the scrolls have been distributed, he once again reaches like straight forward. He like punches through the air, and like his arm disappears almost up to the elbow. And when he pulls it back, he's got two things in his hand. One is a book. And he takes the book and he hands it to whoever is closest. And he says, "This book details your most noble lineage and proves your heritage to all who would question it. And this," and he pulls out what looks to be a harp.
Okay.
This is for you.
I will take it.
This guy's so big he can punch through dimensions. That's pretty neat.
Now, when he gives it to you, he holds on to it for a second. This harp, it is a symbol of your lineage, of your heritage. It can only be used by you and your kin. And should it ever be lost or destroyed, then it will be considered a breach of contract. You did read about breach of contract, did you not?
I read the whole thing, yes.
Excellent. Then our business is completed. Feel free to enjoy your nobility when you return to the Prime.
We just got to get back there first.
Yeah, right. He turns back to the goblin. So, where were we?
Oh, Zondonk actually has stepped away for just a second.
Oh no, the sheer, amazing thing that happened has caused him to pass out. Ah.
Yes, he has fainted from surprise.
Oh.
And the irony. Oh, the irony.
Oh, this is gonna be fun to use.
So does Lulu stop any of this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I had just assumed that Lulu was hanging out in the war machine after the
She's waiting in the car.
harrowing ordeal.
Okay.
Would you like to get Lulu and bring her up with you?
No. I don't want this guy to see her at at all.
I don't think she would approve about any of this.
No, you don't think so?
Did I miss?
Well, Helen has sold her soul.
And we debated the idea of Lulu being here and what she would say.
Yeah, let's not do that.
What? I kind of a loud noise comes from the direction of the infernal war machine as you can hear Lulu screech, "Guys, where is everyone?"
Did you not leave the elephant in the war machine?
Yeah, we just put her in the trunk, and we usually let her out when we get back.
Oh, in the trunk.
She'll be fine.
These are car alarm.
If she sees anything bad happening, she just blows her trumpet. Okay.
Wow. That's a really cool app.
Big scary guy turned to Zondonk and asked him where were you? Where were you guys at last time you were talking?
Yes, you've just seen him complete an infernal contract, and now Helen has this badass looking harp and is apparently nobility now. So he minions, attend to me. So he turns to you now, Zondonk. Please tell me, what do you want most?
You want to be a
kind of
maggot merchant?
seeing myself at this moment.
What?
I was interested in making a deal, but don't know.
It's fine. I don't want to pressure you into doing something you don't want. Just know that whenever you do finally understand what it is that you most desire, I'll be there.
I mean, out of curiosity's sakes, what if I desired the Emporium?
You wish... Master has presented Dobby with a sock. And tell me, what would you do with the Wandering Emporium?
Dunno.
What? Oh, foolish goblin. Hey. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate that. I suppose it could be established. I mean, my master would surely be happy with more people to service under his name. And if that's he kind of sits back, clearly considering what it is you've just asked. So let me get this straight. You wish to be master of the Emporium, to serve and sell things under the name of Asmodeus until the time of your death. After which point, you will continue to serve Asmodeus as Pit Fiend.
I'll just not do that.
I mean, I have the contract ready, and he unfurls. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure on that.
But Zondonk, I was about to say, if you sign that means we won't get to be we won't get to adventure together anymore.
Thanks for the biddies, buddy. Appreciate you very much.
No, I'm joking.
I know we don't always get along, but you're fun to have around.
I'll come see you at another time sometime, I guess, about all this
Well, here's...
Yeah, you can always just, after we're done, you can always, if you really just want to be super rich, you can always just find him. I mean, I'm sure you can just ask Helen. She's got a direct line to the guy now, I suppose.
Yeah,
I
that's
suppose.
true.
Quick question. Does this mean my god changes as well?
That is a good question.
No.
No longer.
You still worship whatever
follower.
you want, but
Now you're a follower of
you are
Asmodeus.
indebted to Asmodeus.
Man, that's not going to go over well.
Not when she stops being evil.
Oh, I love
That
this
you'll be following Jem's storyline. Like you'll
What?
get out of Avernus, you'll be uneval,
Except for.
and it'll be, oh
Zondark
crap,
starts
I need to go
being
back to
evil.
Avernus and null this contract.
Everyone realized the mistake.
Well, Zondonk's going to be like, oh. But I was wondering what Jem said, because Jem said something and I couldn't hear it.
Oh, no, I was just saying DWB's muted in case he's trying to give us the answer.
Oh, I think he's talking to his stream.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Anyway, so let's wrap up, right?
Sure.
The day passes. You guys have a night to think about it. You were gonna make some rolls to try and repair the infernal war machine.
Jem will try and help, but she understands very little of these things, and will just, wrench around things.
How many hours are you spending trying to repair the machine?
If we're doing a long rest, I'll spend. No, I'll have a short rest while everyone else has a long rest.
All right. Well, here's the problem, right? It's a long. I guess you could just sleep in the machine. Never mind. Okay, so you guys take a long rest, and you're going to spend how many hours of that 8 trying to fix the machine? Because remember, it's 1 roll per hour.
It's kind of still in a pretty not good looking good state. So
No, it's at 90 of what, 180?
I'm gonna spend 4 hours working on it.
All right, so 4 Tinker Tools rolls, and I think it's DC 15. One more. So far, 2 passes. Where's the last roll? Oh god.
You can do it.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fail. So two passes, which is DC 15. It is 2d4 plus 2. So 4d4 plus 4 if you want to roll that all at once. You guys take your long rest. It's the morning. The Wandering Emporium, all the tents are being broken down. They're getting ready to move. Do any of you take Mahadi's deal?
Zondark skips it.
Hey!
Whoa! No, but I still
Dawn,
want that
what are you
shield.
doing? With the gift subs, Valkarok, and who is Nafar? Welcome to the family. Hello. Zachophanakis, thank you for the biddies, buddy. Appreciate you. I see everybody's really excited for Daddy Con.
Sorry.
Yeah, gotta get like the lizard guy's address or something.
Okay, so we're just nobody's gonna bite and go after Mahadi, right?
No.
Okay, and so then we're gonna go to the Salamanders Forge. They will take the Shield of the Hidden Lord from you, since you are now no longer attuned.
Oh, thank the gods.
Not many of them down here.
And they hold out a shield. And this shield is quite beautiful. I mean, it's made of the infernal iron, and when they hold it up, you can see that this reddish glow almost forms kind of an invisible barrier around the shield. It's very strong. We'll protect you.
As I'm handing over the shield of the Hidden Lord, I'm gonna get real close to the shield and be like, "It's been nice knowing you, pal." Hope the lizard treats you okay.
Before you pass the shield to the salamanders, I'm gonna need one more charisma save. As Gargoth tries to resist being discarded.
No. Our rolls have been so long. I gotta open up the character sheet. Because I can't find my token anymore. Okay. Our rolls have been terrible. Please let this be good. Alright,
so you resist the save. Gargoth screams in your head, "No!" And they hand you the shield. They take the other. The salamander that grabs the shield of the Hidden Lord, immediately you see their head rock back and their eyes roll into their head. Then they come back to Earth. And they hug the shield of the Hidden Lord instinctively.
Hey, buddy, just no violence, right? Right?
He turns and walks away. And you see that as he walks away, he's petting the shield and whispering to it.
So glad we found him a nice home.
Not that problem anymore.
So after taunting it, we then released what'd you say, a pit fiend into the wild?
Yes.
Well, he's kind of trapped in that thing, so I think it'll be fine. The most he can do is,
Didn't he try and possess you?
no, it's kind of like a power struggle, I guess. I don't know. He never possessed me.
And you
he just wouldn't let me get rid of him.
And you think that thing you've just given him to is stronger than you in mind?
Well, yeah, probably, but
I think
not
there's
really.
a vital component here. These are blacksmiths. They craft magic items. They might have the knowledge to release him.
Well, hopefully by the time they do that, we'll be long gone.
Oh, that's fair. That's very fair. Also, the Emporium's getting ready to go to another realm, right?
Yeah, so it's some other realm's problem.
Yeah, that's a problem for somebody, not me.
Although I'm sure Gargoth will probably try to haunt me in the future, but I'll worry about that later.
Well, can
All right.
Gargoth not leave until he's when he's out of a different realm? He has to be in this realm to be released.
Well,
no.
actually,
I don't think you were in the party yet, but we had already discovered that was not the case. Gargoth believed that if he was returned to Avernus, he'd be able to break free from the shield, but then he tried and failed.
What's that?
That's why he's been quiet. He's surly. All right. Anyway, you have a new shield.
yes. What is this one like? Hopefully it's a +2.
I don't know. Would you like to put it on?
Good question. Considering the nature of this place and how many times Zarian has been messed up by this, I'm gonna probably look at Arcanus or Zondang and be like, hey, so that just in case, so we don't have a repeat of the last time, can you guys look at this thing before I put it on?
Yeah, sure,
Yep.
I can do that for you.
Wait, what do you mean a repeat of last time they told you it was an evil shield and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna use it anyway?
They didn't tell me it was evil, actually, because none of us knew it was evil. They just said they didn't like the well, that was a whole completely different party than this one, and none of them knew it was. They knew. Well, I guess the angel, the Azamar might have known it was evil. I don't know if any of them actually knew it was evil, but they kept telling me like to be wary of it. And then whenever I started talking to Gargoth, that's whenever they were like, get rid of it.
In Candlekeep, they identified exactly what it
was.
was.
Well, by then it was already way too late.
Yeah. that's fair. I will concede that. You had already made friends.
Yeah, I was already like, hey, maybe I can talk to this guy and, we can do some stuff.
He's actually pretty chill. He's like, he talks to me. He lets me fireball stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I can fireball things. Like, this is not so bad. But
we were having someone identify the new shield?
If Zondunk is willing to, yes.
Okay. The new shield is I thought I had a a handout, but I guess not. It is a shield of resistance. While holding this shield, you have resistance to damage from ranged weapon attacks.
Okay. And I will also do that.
It is, well, that's kind of a tricky thing, right? Because where are you right now?
Yeah, I know, but I should be able to tell, you know.
So there are fiends everywhere.
Yeah.
Also, the entire area of the Wandering Emporium desecrated. The whole thing. Nothing is good here.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, do I see anything from the shield, though?
I mean, it's made of infernal iron. Like, what do you
Yeah,
want?
yeah. So that would be like, okay. I see your point. All right. Maybe. I guess. While you're holding the shield, you have resistance to damage from ranged weapon attacks. Hey, you know what? I already have magical resistance, so this is the next best thing.
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, I'll put it on.
All right. And as you don the shield, you find yourself immediately attuned to this item. And then you realize it's not a shield of ranged resistance. It is a shield of missile attraction. Oh no!
The shield is curse attuning. Oh my god, curse. You are targeted by the removed curse spell or similar magic removing the shield fails to end the curse. Whenever a ranged weapon attack is made against a target within 10 feet of you, the curse causes you to become the target instead. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take that. You know what? That's actually, do I realize this upon putting it on?
No.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the player, so that next time we play, we don't go, oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah, you know what? I will take it. This is not that bad.
No, yeah. I get to tank stuff that was aimed at allies.
Yeah, like that's my whole job.
It's a good curse.
Yeah, that's
kind of like
not
the
bad
goofy legs.
Yeah, kind of like the goofy legs. Man, that ruling a country is gonna be real funny looking like that. I'll tell you.
Ooh. Oh.
Well, they're just gonna have to get used to it.
All right, and it's there. I think we're gonna end today. And then when we come back, not next week. Wait, why not next week? It's Thursday. Yeah, next week. When we come back next week, we will continue heading to the Path of Devils. And we'll see where we end up next. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you being here. Especially want to say thank you, Zach Vanakis, Don, Piano, Yampy, and Ribos for the cheers, the subs, the follows. Really appreciate it. A couple extra call out: Cersei's Revenge, Naz Shadowbane, and Glenn Benedict for donations to Extra Life. You're the best. Look at that tracker up there. Look how close it is. The event hasn't even started yet. We're about to meet the goal. So, all right, and yeah, that's a sign out that I did well. See you all next time, everybody.